For more on today's historic visit, let's welcome in retired Air Force Brigadier General and Newsmax contributor Blaine Holt. General Holt, so nice to have you on this morning. This came as a surprise. We didn't know this was going to happen until late yesterday. Congress has got this 4,000-page spending bill in hand. It looks like it's going to clear the Senate with $45 billion attached for aid to Ukraine, putting the total so far right around $100 billion. Kevin McCarthy, though, made it clear that the bill is dead on arrival in the House. What do you make of the timing of President Zelensky's visit today? Why now?
Right. Well, good morning. It's good to be with you. It's a historic visit. And, typically, if you have a country at war, its leader does not look at getting out of the country on a trip because of the inherent security risks with that. I'm a little bit surprised that this is being transmitted and we feel so secure in his safety to come and go back. It's a very risky trip. But to the central point, he's coming here for that spending bill. He is coming here to stand up and he's going to be gracious. He's going to show gratitude from the Ukrainian people towards all the support that we've lent thus far. But he is absolutely going to be ornamental in the Congress as they work to just get these billions of dollars out the door.
Yeah, and I've said this before. Obviously, our hearts break. We've covered this war for the last 10 months. We'll mark 10 months of this war on Christmas Eve, the 24th. McCarthy has warned against providing, and this is a quote, a blank check to Ukraine. Republicans are behind providing weapons, but there is opposition, and that opposition has been getting noisier over the last several weeks. What do you expect President Zelensky's message to Congress to be today?
I think he's going to say the same message that we heard from General Zelenskyy about a week ago. We can do the job, is what he's going to say. We can expel the Russians from our country, but we've got to have the tools and the weapons and the support to get there. And that's what he's really going to say. He'll probably put a human element on it. He'll probably put some human stories down from some of the horrors that he has seen in this war. And I think that's all appropriate. And I think rather than just saying we're not going to write a blank check, what we need to see is, where have you been spending the money? We're finding out about the Patriot battery is going to be attached to $1.8 billion in cash going out the door with that. Okay, fine. Tell us how it's being spent, and we'll understand, because we're looking down the barrel of a $1.7 trillion spending package, which I think every American understands by now what that means in terms of inflation.
Yeah. Can you talk about, General, sort of the mechanics of this trip? I think back to President Bush traveling to Iraq, I believe in 2003 for Thanksgiving to serve the troops a Thanksgiving dinner. It was a surprise. It was a war zone. And obviously, he had to go on board Air Force One. What does it look like for President Zelenskyy to leave Kyiv? Obviously, he can't let people know that he's taking off from Kyiv. Otherwise, he's the biggest target in Eastern Europe. What's that look like, his flight over right now?
Yeah, so he probably either left covertly over land and then got to a safe place to depart from air, or, brazenly we put in NATO jets and escorts to escort whatever passenger jet he used to get out.
Do you think NATO did that? Do you think we'll find that out? Or did he go west to Poland and take off from, say, Warsaw or some safe location?
Yeah, I think it's probably the former, but I want to find out, were there fighter jets involved after Ukraine in getting it flying on that wing and keeping that aircraft safe? That's a pretty high value military target for the Russians right now.
All right, General, I have a question about the Taliban, but I do want to talk about the weapons. President Zelensky's made it clear that he wants more advanced weaponry from the United States. The U.S. has said that they are for that. What does that look like today? Does that conversation take place between President Biden and President Zelenskyy?
Yeah, I will tell you that I'm sure President Zelenskyy is bringing in a shopping list of very, very high-end weapons that we preside over. What we have to be very careful about is, what is the effect on our own security? Some of these weapons actually create new military domains and new military targets for the Russians to go shoot at, especially in space. That's where I'm very worried. And we'll just see what the response is in the dialogue between the two men.
Okay. A lot of what's going on, you can trace back to our Afghanistan withdrawal in August 2021. Secretary of State Antony Blinken tweeted out yesterday about the Taliban, who, of course, now run Afghanistan. The Taliban just definitively, set back their objective of being accepted by the international community. Looks like women are now banned again from attending college and university across Afghanistan. How big a problem is this? And what are we going to do about Afghanistan?
So this is a massive problem. I know they released 2 Americans yesterday as some sort of goodwill gesture, and Ned Price is screaming, we didn't give anything for them. But what State Department really needs to do is find out where its soul is, because they've got all these Afghans that supported, stood by us. And right now, just as I'm speaking, there is a U.S. trained commando sitting in a Texas prison awaiting deportation back to the Taliban, where he will be executed. This is a friend of America, and they're denying F1 student visas across the board for Afghan refugees. This is ridiculous, and we cannot allow Afghanistan and the Taliban back into the international community.
And
that's irresponsible.
We destroyed 20 years of progress in Afghanistan. Women can't go to school, can't go to college now. Unbelievable. General Holt, we'll keep a close eye on what happens in Washington today. Good to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.